Welcome to the Adult Basic Skills Professional Development video series. Throughout our productions, we are committed to excellence in adult education and professional development in basic skills instruction. The goal of this video series is to improve the effectiveness and quality of instruction through focused professional development.
During this time together, we will direct our attention to administering and interpreting an informal reading inventory. If you have not viewed the video, Case Study Part 1, it's important that you view that video first. The video, Case Study Part 1, reviews the process of marking and interpreting an informal reading inventory. The goals of this lesson are to give you additional practice marking and interpreting an informal reading inventory. Let's meet our student. Her name is Karen Miller. She's 24 years old, married, and has no children. Her inspiration comes from her sister, and her goals are to get a high school diploma and a job. Her interests relate to church, her extended family, and cooking. Please mark the word list and IRI as Karen reads them. There will be an opportunity for you to check your markings later in this video. For now, this is your opportunity to practice marking an informal reading inventory. Karen correctly called the words in word list A. Let's begin with word list B.
Good. Let's try one more, okay? You're doing well.
Slide, wheels, pen,
it's a good try.
Strange, dollars, blow, mouth, beaver, whimper, mail.
All right. Let's get a little harder in it, but you're doing fine. Good tries. Good tries on this. All right, next thing I'll do is give you, these are fairly short selections, and so you read this. This first one's about a father and mother take their kids to a zoo. So we'll read that, and when you finish reading it, I'll take this selection, and I'll ask you some questions, okay?
Okay.
All right, let's read this together, all right?
Lee and took their children to the zoo. The children wanted to see everything. Let's look at the
Tigers.
Tigers first, said Cindy. They watched the tigers play on the stone. Can we see the snakes? Asked Tom. Yes, said, and then we will go to the petting zoo. Cindy didn't like the snakes. At the petting zoo, they saw horses and sheep. A clown picked Cindy up so she could pet the horse. It began to get dark. Lee said, "It's time to go home." Everyone got in the car and Lee stared home.
Okay. Very good. Now let me ask you some questions, okay?
Okay.
Where did Lee and Ann take the children?
Zoo.
Okay. And what did they see at the zoo?
Horses, sheep,
Okay.
snakes.
Good. What might be a good title for this story?
They went to a zoo.
Okay. How did Cindy feel about the snakes?
She didn't like them.
Got an idea you probably don't like snakes either. Okay. What is a petting zoo?
A place to pet animals.
Okay. And the clown picked Cindy up to pet the horse. Why do you think the clown did that?
Cindy was little.
Okay. What happened when it began to get dark?
They went home.
Okay. And what does the phrase Lee started home mean?
They got in the car and went home.
Okay. And who are Lee and Ann?
Mother and father.
Okay. And how do you think the children felt about their visit to the zoo?
They liked it.
It's very good. Now this one's about a couple of boys and their father. And let's read to find out what happened in this selection.
Okay. The boys are playing ball next to the house. Mother and father look out the window. They see Bill pick up a bat. John has a ball. The ball
Flies.
flies into the street and under the truck. There is a lot of water under the truck. Father runs outside to find the ball. Mother calls the boys into the house. When father looks up, he is surprised. Where did the boys go? He goes to the house and opens the door. The boys laughed. Father looks like he went swimming.
Very good. All right, let me ask you some questions about this one. You read that real well. What might be a good title for this story?
How Father Gets Wet.
Okay. And why does a ball fly into the street?
I don't know.
Can you tell me what you think, how it might have gotten out there?
Someone hit it or threw it, maybe.
Okay. Where does the ball go when it gets in the street?
Under a truck.
Okay. And who goes to find the ball?
Father.
Okay. And why did Mother call the boys inside?
I don't know.
What do you think why she might have called them?
For supper.
Okay. Why is Father surprised?
The boys are not there.
Okay. And what does he do next?
He goes to the house.
Okay. And why do the boys laugh?
Father's wet.
And how did Father get wet?
He crawled under the truck for the ball.
Okay. And how would you get the ball out from under the truck?
Get a stick.
Be a lot better, wouldn't it? Okay, very good. All right. Now, that's not so bad now, is it?
No.
You're doing well. All right, here's the next selection. This is about a couple who are planning to take a trip. So let's read about this one, okay?
Okay. John and Mary have an
apartment
in the city. He is a
doctor,
and she works at the bank. They are planning to go to the bank Friday. We need to pack our things tonight, so we'll be ready to go after work tomorrow, said John. Yes, argued Mary. I surprised we should. What kind of water will we have? Asked John. Mary told him the days would be sorry, but it might rain Saturday night. They
Decided?
to take some clothes for the every. We'll need tools for the bake, said Mary. Soon they had their bags
packed.
Let's get some sleep, Mary said. John.
Okay. Now let me ask you some questions about this one. Where do John and Mary live?
I don't remember.
Okay. Where does Mary work?
Doctor's office.
Okay. What is a good title probably for this story?
Working in a doctor's office.
Okay. Why did Mary and John decide to take some warm clothes?
It was cold.
Okay. And what will they do with the towels at the beach?
Lie on them and dry off.
Okay. And what does the phrase "their bags" mean in the story?
Grocery bags.
Okay. And when did they pack?
Don't remember.
Okay. And why do Mary and John need to get some sleep?
They were tired.
Okay. What else might they have packed for the trip?
Camera. Maybe ball and glove.
Okay. Why did John ask about the weather forecast?
To see if there was going to be a hurricane.
Okay. Wouldn't be much need to go if it was going to be a hurricane, would it? Okay. That was a little harder, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of a struggle. So we'll probably find some things more like those first two that you dealt with, because that's pretty close to what we want to practice with for a while. Does that seem like that's about right for you?
Yeah.
Well, how did you do marking the informal reading inventory? You may wish to have more practice in this area by reviewing this video or practicing with a coworker. Now let's spend a little time interpreting the IRI.
Karen did real well on the first 3 lists and had trouble with the 4th list. So on the basis of how she seemed to function with these isolated words, I decided to move back 1 level from where she seemed to begin to have trouble, which was list B. So we started with paragraph A. On paragraph A, she seemed to have a little struggle, missed a few words, seemed to do fairly well with the comprehension questions, but seemed a little bit nervous, so I thought I would move back to something a little bit easier just to be sure we were in her comfort zone. So I went from A to something easier, which would have been double A, paragraph for her to read. On paragraph double A, she did wonderful. Made no mistakes. The comprehension was great. So I was not sure if we had reached a frustration level for her, so I decided to go to paragraph B. It's obvious when you look at the struggle she was having in paragraph B, that's much too hard for her at this time. It was pretty obvious after the first sentence or two that she was having a lot of problems with paragraph B. I usually will stop if a person is real nervous or it's making them awfully anxious. But she seemed to be doing okay, and I was picking up some good information that I could use in helping design a program for what she needed to learn when she came to words that she didn't know. Based on the samples that we have of her reading and also some practice in materials, I would believe that she will benefit from instruction at level A. It would be too difficult for her at this time and too frustrating if we used materials that were comparable to level B. I would even suggest that some easy practice at double A or triple A level would be very appropriate for her to build confidence, to build fluency, but definitely the instructional level, in my opinion, would be level A. Karen's strength seems to be in the area of comprehension. She understands real well what she's reading. Her problem seems to be that's keeping her from being really fluent at level A would be word identification. So some word identification practice would be helpful. Just wide reading of easy material would also help in improving her flow of reading at that level.